Welcome to a slow summer day in the life. We're not doing a full school load right now, but summer still has a rhythm all its own. I always start my day with a cup of coffee, and I have to make my bed. After I get dressed and ready for the day, I'll spend a little bit of time opening up the blinds and making the bed and just sort of centering myself before the day gets going. All of these things are really, really important to me because they help me start my day off on the right foot. Now, I will say that I didn't always do these morning tasks, but once I actually started doing them on a regular basis, it became a habit, and now it just feels really strange if I don't get them done. Once I get my little task done and out of the way for the morning, I spend some time helping the kids get ready. My daughter is not the biggest fan of getting her hair brushed, but it's definitely something that has to get done. So we spent a little time getting her hair brushed and putting it up. We recently got this honeybee tree game, and it's a really fun game, perfect for fine motor skills and different things like that. So I spent a little bit of time with my son putting the game together and then playing it with him. After we played for a bit, I made breakfast, and this morning I just did a simple oatmeal with a little bit of Nutella and some bananas. Hello. So I thought today that I would do a little day in the life video just to show you guys a simple regular day around the house. It's summertime, so we're not doing our regular school stuff, just doing regular other things. So I'm cooking today. I'm doing cleaning as always. We will do some light schoolwork. I do have some things that I want to do with some of my younger kids today. And you'll notice I have books all over the place, and I have a child who needs me, so one second. Okay, so I am in the process of going through curriculum, deciding what curriculum I need to get for all of my kids, and I'm trying to sort it all out, and I'm cleaning out our school area, and it's an ongoing process. It's not something that I can get done in one day, so I kind of have piles of books around the house right now. So that's just the way that it is. I know that that's not going to get done today, but I'll probably try to do a little bit of rearranging and just keeping things in piles until we have everything that we need, and then I will do some curriculum videos, and then I will get everything sorted out into bins and baskets and wherever it needs to go. So that's kind of what I've got going on as far as my stacks of books and homeschool curriculum. That is all over the place. Other than that, it's just a regular day at home. We may go play outside a little bit. I'm not quite sure how hot it is today. Maybe we'll do some sprinkler play or something like that. I am also going to do a little bit of core work with my 7-year-old. I got him like a ball to sit on to like help stabilize his core, and I know he was using that at his therapy, so he can sit on this ball and he can play with kinetic sand or play with blocks or whatever it is that he wants to play with while he's sitting on this ball, just to help stabilize his core. So we'll probably do a little bit of that today, and just a regular day. I'm gonna do some meal prep, cooking, cleaning, having kids who get mad at each other because that's just the way that it goes sometimes. But yeah, so let's get started with our day. So I'm getting ready to sit down with my 7-year-old and do some of the things that I have planned for him today. So I wanted to show you guys, for this summer, we're really focusing on his reading and his math. And I've talked in previous videos about how he spent a lot of time at therapy this past school year. So we didn't get nearly as much academics done, just because we were going back and forth to therapy 3 times a day, and we would be there for like 3 hours, or not 3 times a day, 3 times a week, and we would be there for 3 hours each time we were there. So it was very hard to really get his academics done at home. So I'm kind of playing catch up a little bit with that. For his reading practice, I saw some really good reviews on this book, Phonics Pathways. So we are giving that a try, and I am just working with him on the short vowels. He's pretty much got them down, but it's not perfect. So we are going to work on just memorizing those a little bit better. I do need to laminate his little short vowel stick that he's got here. And then he does have a sheet where we can practice dictation with the short vowels. And then I bought some movable alphabet letters, and we're just going to do some games with these as well today. He really loves games, and this book has lots of different suggestions for hands-on activities that you can do for phonics. So that is what we're gonna do today. We're gonna see how this goes. He has been using, we started off with like the Explode the Code, but not the book 1. It was like book A, B, and C for preschoolers. And then we also moved into Bob books, and I feel like he needs more phonics practice before we're going really, really well with those Bob books. So we're going to work on that today. I am reading this to him. We are going to finish this today. We only have 2 chapters left. He's really been enjoying this book. And then this is a science course, but he loves it, and we are getting pretty close to the end of this. So it's very, very simple. I actually don't do any of the activities that are in the book. A lot of them are just optional anyway, but we just read, and we read the story or listen to the story, and I'll show you guys that whenever we're actually doing it. And then of course we have the math with confidence. So we are going to be doing that today. So when I'm sitting down with my 7-year-old to get started with his school, I always like to start with some sort of chapter book. And right now we are reading through My Father's Dragon. That has been the first chapter book that I have started reading with my older kids. It was the first chapter book that I ever read to my oldest son, and then the first chapter book that I read to some of my other kids. So that's a good thing to do, is just sit down, have story time. We read My Father's Dragon, then we read some of his picture books that he got from the library, and then we move into actual schoolwork. So far, Phonics Pathways is going well. I do like that there are some different games that are included in the book, and it seems to really be helping him master those vowels. I know I had to pause doing Explode the Code with him because we really needed to get a handle on some of those things. And then of course we are finishing up his Bones and Stones curriculum. This is what we were reading that particular day. We had an audio narration to listen to, and it was just a lot of fun. He loves that curriculum. For lunch, I'm trying to make things a little bit healthier, so I decided to make a power bowl, and I did that by frying up some ground turkey and making some quinoa, and then I also baked some sweet potatoes and just ate that over a salad, and it has lots of protein, lots of good fiber and veggies, and was good for me. So on this particular day, I decided to do my quiet time after lunch. So I did some of my scripture reading, and then I moved into my professional development reading. So I am reading How to Teach Your Child Shakespeare. That's a pretty interesting book. Shakespeare is something that I really want to incorporate a little bit more in our homeschool. And you guys know that I love my mother culture time, and I try to make time to read every single day. So the day kind of went off the rails a little bit, which is something that happens almost every day, it seems. You know, something unexpected pops up. We had some bathroom things that needed to get cleaned. So after we did lunch and all of that, I ended up in here in the bathroom doing some major cleaning and mopping. I didn't film that because that's not something people need to see. I got it all taken care of. The bathroom smells nice and fresh now. And while I was doing that, I had other kids doing all sorts of chores and jobs. I had one kid who like completely cleaned out our outside trash can. Today was trash day, so it was empty and it was gross. So it needed to be disinfected and cleaned. So he handled that for me. My oldest daughter was deep cleaning their bedroom. Like, I didn't even ask them to do these things. I don't know what got into them, but it was very much appreciated. So my oldest daughter was deep cleaning the girls' bedroom today. And then my middle daughter ended up, I guess she was inspired because of her older sister. She ended up going through all of their play kitchen food and like sorting everything out and putting a bunch of stuff away to be donated. We are kind of in a season where we need to be decluttering and getting rid of as much as possible. So when and if we do move, we take less stuff with us. So that was very helpful. Of course, I was dealing with the bathroom. And oh, I did wipe out my refrigerator also. Tomorrow's grocery day, so the refrigerator's getting kind of empty and the shelves needed to be wiped down. So I wiped down all the shelves. And yeah, we've just been basically cleaning for the last couple of hours. Now it's getting pretty close to time for me to make dinner. So I'm gonna make dinner. I'll show you what I make for dinner. And then that'll be the end of the day for today. It's just been a quiet day at home, getting a lot of stuff done around the house that needed to get done. So we had dinner. I forgot to film that. I just made tacos and rice. It wasn't a big deal. I was just busy. Dinner prep gets busy, and then plating everybody's food and all of that. It just got away from me to film, so I didn't film. But it is now after dinner time. I'm about to get some work done on my computer, and I've got a lot of laundry to fold. So I'm calling it a night here. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.